Thank you, Demi. You were great. That's a show. Seriously, if I could say that was a show. Guys, we all know I have been only watching this stuff for 6 years. Almost a month ago, well, 3 weeks ago, I attended my first ever WrestleMania live. And I had a blast. I saw a pretty darn good WrestleMania. A WrestleMania that I thought was well worth my money, well worth going to. And then I kept saying for weeks, mainly after Dean Ambrose first announced he was not renewing his contract. I kept saying, WWE has to have a make or break moment at WrestleMania. They had to have a good WrestleMania because if not, they were really going to go down the tubes after WrestleMania. Because of what? AEW. That's right, Vince. I said it. AEW. And to me, I got my wish. I had a great WrestleMania. The Raw as WrestleMania sucked. The SmackDown WrestleMania was okay. Could have been better. And I don't know. We're having a continuous 3-week superstar shakeup because apparently the B team went to SmackDown. The club came over to Raw, even though who the hell is left on SmackDown as tag teams? And we're just having shows that week by week is absolutely just most of us long-term hardcore wrestling fans, for a while are like, oh yes, this is great. Even though like this stinks, I still enjoy this. I still look forward to this. You have that little bit you hang on to. And I was, in that stage for a long time. I'm like, okay, I look forward to Raw because I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this. And I'm gonna be real. That little burned out feeling that you get from constantly getting bad shows really started to hit me tonight. Like, as soon as the 4 participants in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match was announced tonight, like 2 of the 4, then I was fine. But I literally just started getting up and just doing a few errands. Heck, I have my other computer over here, getting my next baseball highlights videos edited because I just didn't care. I could not watch this episode of Raw and feel like I cared. The only thing I enjoyed on this show was that main event contract signing. That was a great segment. Other than that, I just said forget it. And on Raw's side, at least, I don't care about Money in the Bank. The person I wanted to win Money in the Bank for the men, at least, Sami Zayn, is not in that match. And as always, Sammy, thank you very much. My life is pretty good right now. Well, it could be better, but, it's still pretty darn good, even though apparently, we're all a toxic environment, which, we'll talk about Mr. Sami Zayn, of course, we get to, but I don't have much to say about this episode of Raw, guys. Yeah, I'll say that, and I'll talk for like 45 minutes to an hour or whatnot. This may be one of the shortest Raw reviews I've done. Who knows? I mean, the shortest one I've done was like 15 minutes. That was only because it was the day after my girlfriend broke up with me, and I was in a bad mood. But that's why I really pulled a Demi Lovato and just played the song. I really don't care. I really don't care. Like, I didn't care at all that I came up here and just laid on my bed because I felt burned out, mentally. I didn't want to talk about this show because what's there to talk about? Nothing happened other than the fact we have, for the most part, bland participants in the Money in the Bank ladder matches. And I guess what's also souring on me is the fact that there's superstars who are just not getting their wish granted and getting released, and instead of just being, punished and it's embarrassed more on television, such as, Luke Harper has been embarrassed on television yet, but Luke Harper got his release denied, and he got 6 more months added under his contract. And then Revival, of course, get even more embarrassed. It's one thing to, not just have them, never get an entrance on live television. It's another thing also to put them in an embarrassing storyline. An embarrassing storyline, and you also kill, for me, you kill my excitement for the Usos. They killed my hype for the Usos. Usos came out more energetic. Even tonight, even though I thought that them coming out and then trying to sing their theme music, I thought was a little strange. But you know what? Still, I'm like, you know what? I'm Uso crazy. I didn't get Uso t-shirt. What happens? You have a segment that absolutely makes me think the Usos aren't cool anymore. Just not. So I'm going to just breeze right through this, see who's in the live chat first before I get started, and go from there. We just got Tyler in the live chat. What's going on? The show was trash, man. I agree. Yeah, that's why I kept saying about Orton going to Raw. I mean, I guess I'm okay with AJ at Raw. I mean, again, one of the only matches I'm looking forward to at Money in the Bank so far that's been confirmed is Styles and Rollins. That's going to be an excellent match. Again, my number one dream match right now, and I liked what they did in that promo. But yeah, to me, it was like, okay, if the storyline again was Orton and Styles kind of basically saying who really owns the house, basically on SmackDown. AJ wins, but he goes over to Raw. So who knows? But so yeah, I agree with that completely. It felt like a 3-hour main event. Becky is I don't know what let's say the match got retracted. It felt like a 3-hour main event. Who knows what it felt like? Yeah, I was done with it as soon as that first tag team match was announced. I was done with this show from there. I'm like, I'm done. Good night. I don't care anymore. I'm more even concerned about what's on my phone right now. Nothing really, but yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about the show, guys, because I have nothing else to say. Is the Spotlight Hogger. I think I meant to say Spotlight Hogger there. I wouldn't say she's really Spotlight Hogger, but I don't know what's going to happen with her. Hi, Lauren. So let's just talk about this show again. It's barely going to be anything. I don't care. We opened up because it was advertised. Alexa Bliss says, I have the mode of bliss. Well, she had 2 modes of bliss tonight. And announced the participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So you're announced participants, right? No qualifying? Remember the Raw back in 2016? They had qualifying matches all night to determine the 6 participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And what happened? One of the best Raws of the year in 2016. Just an outstanding show. I mean, yes, you can have like one a week or something like that, but now nobody qualifies. And it still sours me because I still go back to that segment back in December. Oh, everybody has to earn their spots. How did any of these guys earn their spots? How? Was Braun Strowman on the side winning Honorary Giant Royal Battle Royale? Ricochet lost to Robert Roode last week. I mean, I love Ricochet. I asked one person I like seeing the match, but how did he earn the spot? Drew McIntyre didn't win his match last week. And Baron Corbin lost in his, opportunity to fight for the Universal Championship. So is this like a consolation prize now? Huh? The women. We'll get to those shortly, but Alexa Bliss comes out and introduces them. The first introduces Braun Strowman, and I groaned. It's just a shame. I don't care about Braun Strowman anymore. Yes, I have his T-shirt. Yes, I still wear it because, I still, have liked what the guy has done, but I don't care anymore. You couldn't even have the man successfully cash in Money in the Bank. No, I'm sorry. You attempted to have him do it, but apparently, how dare he cash it in on Roman Reigns, so the Shield's got to stop him. I still don't get that to this day. And that, to me, starting off with, of course, having him lose at Elimination Chamber last year to eliminate everybody but Roman, I'm not even going to go through the accolades again. So I was already growing when Strowman came. I thought he was supposed to be feuding with Samoa Joe for the United States Championship. He hadn't barely come out and attacked him on SmackDown 2 weeks ago when Braun didn't even go over to SmackDown. Joe came to Raw, and you don't have them feud with each other. And then Ricochet comes out, which I was fine with that one. I would see Ricochet in my. I don't think he should win it. He's not ready yet, but that's what was fine with Drew McIntyre, which I want him in the match, but I don't think he should win it because I don't think he needs the Money in the Bank briefcase to win it. Again, I want to see him have a match with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam and him be the one to dethrone Rollins, and of course Baron Corbin. I knew he was going to be in the match. That's why I put him in predictions, but I'm not happy he's in the match. Why should he? I mean, yes, he's obviously, a big part of Raw, but once again, not in the good way. If it was the Baron Corbin from 2016 on SmackDown in his position on Raw, I'd be okay with it. But I keep saying, not the way they booked him. Especially if he's coming out every single week, still in his corporate vest and whatnot. Why is he when he's not a corporate figure anymore? At least, grow the hair back, bring back, the stuff you had before. I don't know. Just makes no sense. So they're all announced, and the only thing I remember really is the fact that, Corbin and McIntyre were arguing because, McIntyre mentioned how most of his opportunities, which is true, keep getting stolen by somebody else, and how, Corbin, pushed McIntyre away. And then it just sets up, and then of course, Strowman must have a little preview of Money in the Bank. Okay, how about like a fatal four-way or something like that for a change? Nope. We get a tag team match, holla holla player, between Corbin, McIntyre, Strowman, and Ricochet. And this one, I was just taking out the garbage. Wish I could have taken out this garbage, and I didn't care. I didn't watch the match, and I did not care. All I know is that Strowman and Ricochet won after Corbin tagged himself in. McIntyre, punched Corbin in the face, and he walked out on him. They had Strowman hit the running power slam on Corbin, and then Ricochet hit a 630. So okay, the babyfaces win, but I didn't care. And of course, oh god, this is probably of all parts that I hated. This was probably my least favorite part of the show because it made me freaking not think the Usos were cool anymore. The Usos come out and they have microphones. They're trying to sing along to their theme song. It sounded like they weren't in rhythm at all. I don't know. It just looked like a kiss-up act by Vince. And then they have a match with Gallows and Anderson, who were still on SmackDown, I swore. Since when did they come back to Raw? 3 weeks in a row, we're having superstars still switching brands. The B team went to SmackDown. The B team! You're taking away the Usos. Now, of course, Gallows and Anderson, they weren't doing anything, but still, that's another team you took away. You're taking two of the Prime teams away on SmackDown. Well, a Prime team, a team that could have been Prime that wasn't really being used well at all. Who's left in the tag team on SmackDown? The Hardy Boys, yeah, but, Jeff's injured, and they're champions. New Day's missing Big E, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if, Kofi and Xavier are going to compete for the tag titles right now. You bring back about the Bludgeon Brothers, they're not a thing anymore. Rusev Nakamura don't even count to me. The Bar not even together anymore because Cesaro's on Raw on main event. Cesaro and Cedric Alexander had a match on main event. Why? And so I don't get that. So the Usos and Gallows and Anderson had a match. I don't know what the heck even happened again. I showed the Usos won. And then afterwards, apparently the Usos were supposed to make some announcement. Because I swore tonight we were going to be getting the match of the Usos and the Revival. This is already candidate for one of my worst segments and worst storylines of the year. The Usos said there's one tag team calling themselves the Top Guys, but they've got another side. Put your kids to sleep, make sure your grandmother's eyes are closed, and keep your throw up in your mouth. So earlier, they showed some footage of them in the locker room or whatnot, and they showed some shot of Dash Wilder shaving Scott Dawson's back. We're basing a feud around someone shaving someone's back? Like, it's nothing but Vince toy humor. He shaved his back. It looks gay. It looks gay. So, the Revival come out. Dawson explains reaching every part of his back isn't the easiest because he's so jacked. So what did he do? He asked his best friend of 20 plus years for a little help. Wilder says that's right. He's his best friend asked for help, and they have each other's backs. The Usos asked for clarity on who shaves who, and the Revival said they're done with them for now, and they have a match against the tag champs later. They believe they're coming for the Usos, though. The Usos said that they have a big match. They have a big match to get ready for, and welcome to the Uso Pantry. So, yeah, they're fighting they're fighting and they're just trying to take shots at her to say, "Oh, you were shaving his back. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? He was shaving his back. So what? You want to walk in and me shave my face? There was in Drake and Josh the shaving in the bathtub song. I don't know, something that was more funnier than this." You made the Usos uncool. You are having the Usos and the Revival building up to a match because the Usos walked in on them shaving Dawson's back. Well, that's right. I already promised to do top 10 rivals this week for Tyler, but I'll do that this week. But I think next week, honestly, I'm going to do top 10 worst Vince toilet humor moments. A match that I was looking forward to, the Usos and the Revival. Wanted to see that match. Wanted to see that feud for crying out loud. But no, we're going to get a match between these two because Dash Wild was shaving Scott Dawson's back. Like, that is on the level of, like, old day Jinder Mahal making fun of Shinsuke Nakamura's face in 2017. I don't know, Bobby's sisters last year. The piss segments with Drake Maverick in the office of Pan. Oh, dear God, remind me of that. They're taking away more SmackDown tag teams since they moved the club over now, which they're not going to do anything. The club will leave in September. And, Dawson, the Revival continues to get embarrassed on live TV. What jerks. What inconsiderate, selfish, full of themselves idiots behind the scenes to just go out of your way just to embarrass people on live TV just because you feel like it. Seriously. I want the Revival to go to AEW so bad. I really think they should go. They need to go, but of course their contracts won't expire until next April. So until then, they're going to have another painful year of being booked like trash. Just do a Sasha Banks right now, or even a Neville or someone. Just go home and sell the rest of your contract. If they're going to book you with this crap, don't let them do that to you. Don't let people push you around like this. They're just bullies. They're backstage bullies. They're money whores. And I'm already pissed. I'm pissed. I've been pissed all night. We have a Miz TV segment with Bobby Lashley. And I guess, Bobby Lashley came out. And I guess Leo Rush was not with him. I've heard rumors apparently that Leo Rush is getting backstage heat because he wants to bring his wife to rehearsals and whatnot. I don't know. But so Leo Rush wasn't out there. And Bobby Lashley was basically talking about himself in the third person and whatnot. And basically just, I didn't care what was said. Basically just set up to a match. It's basically just, Bobby just insulted Miz and then set them up for a match. And then Bobby Lashley wins with a spear after Shane McMahon came out and he pretty much just threw up a picture of Mrs. Dad on the face, and Mrs. Dad on the Titantron, his baked potato face, distracted him and Bobby Lashley the spear on Miz. After the match, Shane gets in the ring and just starts toying around with Miz and then just, striking him like he's joking around. But then after the Miz tries to fire back, Lashley hits the ring and pulls him off and choke slams Shane. Shane comes back out and just beats him down again. And then he gets him into, his triangle submission. He gets the Miz to pass out, and then he gets on the mic and tells him to remember that he is in fact the best in the world, and just smacks his microphone in the face. Later on, the Miz was conscious again, and he challenged Shane to a steel cage match at Money in the Bank. I guess just contain them. I don't know. I would much rather see them wait till Extreme Rules to have an Extreme Rules match because I feel like that's what they should have gone with after. Of course, they the Falls Count Anywhere match made, which is a good match, but steel cage, whatever. I don't know. I'm not too. It doesn't sound too enthusiastic to me. I guess they're trying to contain them both since they're going all over the place. But this should be an Extreme Rules match. Like if this is not the Extreme Rules match, then some other crap fest Extreme Rules match, I'll be pissed at Extreme Rules or Standard Rules. But yeah, so I don't know because Shane McMahon is now. I guess he's buddies with Bobby Lashley now. He's buddies with Elias over on SmackDown. Get people playing two roles now. Who knows? At least they're both heel roles in my opinion. But yeah. So we then have the Viking Raiders come out again. Wish they're called War Raiders, but in the Lucha House Party tried to jump them before the match started, but it didn't work out, and because the Eric and Ivar I still hate that again. Ivar I can maybe accept. Eric, they could have come up with at least a better name for Row, which I don't get why they couldn't still call them Hanson and Rose with not being the War Raiders. God knows. But then they basically squashed the Lucha House Party. And then Lindsay Dorado, who was not in the match, tried to attack them afterwards, but they laid him out with a springboard heart attack. I mean, again, like, they're still dominating, but just that name makes them like a laughing stock. Now we have Alexa Bliss come back again. Want to announce the women from Raw for the Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Natalya, okay? Naomi, whatever, fine. Of course, Alexa Bliss is the whole thing where she hypes up, this fourth member was just the fourth member she announced. This fourth member has worked so hard, deserving, blah, 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 blah. It's me, which, she does that every single time. That's just so old. We know it's going to be her when she hypes it up like that. It gets so old. But, of course, the second or third member was announced. Dana Brooke. Miss, I am not going to be in the back of the line anymore. I will be champion someday. I will win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Dana Brooke and her robotic promos. Once again, none of these women won qualified matches. Dana Brooke has done nothing on the main roster. She's in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Not Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott is not in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but Dana Brooke is. Again, what McMahon's having the opportunities. What happened to opportunities being earned? Liars. So then they get in a scuffle, and then Naomi and Alexa Bliss end up having a match. Match was whatever. I mean, it wasn't the worst Alexa Bliss match things. Most Alexa Bliss matches, that I like the one we had a couple weeks with Bayley, it was just Bayley beat the crap out of Alexa, and all of a sudden Alexa grabbed her with the DDT, the win. But this time it was back and forth, and then the big deal was Alexa Bliss in her shoes because she was not dressed properly, so she lost her shoes, and that's how she lost. She got rolled up after Naomi hit her finisher, whatever the heck it's called, is a split leg moonsault. So Naomi won. I don't know. And they hype up a match for later on with Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe. Backstage raids with Dominic, his son, and says that it's not been easy. It's not being easy being his size and living in a world of giants. But he gets back up and gets knocked down. He was embarrassed at WrestleMania, but he's got to move ahead, and he knows he's a better man tonight. He's going to prove it. Becky Lynch comes out, basically being asked, why are you challenging, two people? Why are you finding both your titles pulling double duties the same night? Well, why wouldn't she? If you have two titles on your shoulders, why wouldn't you want to, defend both in one night? Obviously, yes, you won them both in one match, but you want to prove you're a badass. You want to prove that you are strong. You are to be double champion. Like, Becky Lynch has got to at least get through one pay-per-view, I feel, with both those titles. She wants to drop one at the following pay-per-view, the Saudi Arabia show, or now Backlash is called Stomping Grounds. I don't know why. All right, fine, whatever. She can drop one of them then if she wants to, but one, don't drop in the Charlotte Flair. Two, don't drop in Lacey Evans, especially her first title match. Only the second match she's having, third match counting the Royal Rumble on the main roster. And no main event and the SmackDown pre-show match does not count. So why wouldn't, Becky Lynch want to do that? And basically she just explained, why she needs to be, which again, if you want to prove a persona and want to prove also that, her winning at WrestleMania was not a fluke, retain both belts at Money in the Bank. I still have a bad feeling she's going to drop one of them, which would be stupid, especially because both of them are not worthy of being champion right now. Charlotte doesn't need a belt. We've seen Charlotte and Becky Lynch how many times already? And Lacey Evans, it's not, she's just getting the super push because Miss da 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 da. I got my blonde hair. I got my blue eyes. I got my big tits. Vince loves. So yeah, Becky Lynch needs to at least retain those titles at one pay-per-view. At least both of them. If she wants to drop one of them next pay-per-view, fine. But if you're going to drop both of them after, winning them both WrestleMania, then that's just stupid. That's just absolutely stupid. So she basically then calls out Lacey Evans, who says, I told you to control your little Irish temper last week, but you didn't. So enough talking, basically. And they have a little pull apart brawl, basically. So we have that. Then we have Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder taking on the Revival. And well, I'm sorry, Hawkins did start the match. I don't think Hawkins was barely in this match at all. Ryder was in it most of the time. Of course, the crowd's chanting "shave your back" and whatnot, because now the Revival are they shave each other's backs. Stupid. And once again, of course, Ryder and Hawkins win after Ryder rolls up Dawson. They can win by roll-ups all the time. They can't win by, pinfalls, just roll-ups. I don't get it. And, of course, Sami Zayn comes out, going on another tirade about how we're a toxic environment. Kind of, once again, this big, beautiful promo that he's just gold on the microphone talking about. And once again, I'm not going to go through and keep talking about all of it because, again, these promos are great, but right now, Sami Zayn's just talking. Yes, he's talking gold, but is he wrestling any matches? No. Is there any titles he's getting? No. Is he in the Mike McLaren match? No. Is he, involved in any feud whatsoever with anybody right now? No. So why is he going out there cutting these promos telling us how toxic the environment is? Why isn't somebody going out there to kick his ass? Why isn't he at least in the Money in the Bank briefcase, McLaren match? And again, he was my early favorite. When I put him in my predictions, he was my early pick to win for Money in the Bank. He's getting this great heat, this great nuclear heat that you rely on guys like Baron Corbin you've booked terribly, and Jinder Mahal, who is now apparently to dethrone Kofi Kingston. That way Roman Reigns can win the title off of him. Bad idea, WWE. You just don't get it. Book the guy damn right correctly, and I won't boo the crap. I won't be ranting on him. If you dare do that, WWE, I don't know what I would do. But you're having Sami Zayn come out every week just talking, cutting great promos, getting great heat and whatnot, yet he's just talking. He's doing nothing in the ring. If he's not going to wrestle, why did he come back? Why is he back if he's not going to wrestle? So we had that, and then I was surprised he didn't say "see you in hell" as he usually says. Which again, if he said that again, I was going to be like, okay, you can have Sami Zayn telling us that we're all going to hell, but you can't have the word "war" in your tag team's name. Yeah, you can call Ember Moon the war goddess. Same, I went that ran how many times. Then we had Samoa Joe come out. He basically said that Ray and his son had a very touching talk earlier, but he said he knows that Dominic supports his dad, but Joe sees a son who's ashamed of his father and of how quickly, of course, Joe put him to sleep at Mania. And if Ray was the kind of father, he'd have brought his son a mask to save him from public shame. Of course, he said last week Styles used Ray to steal his Universal title opportunity, and tonight there will be consequences to pay. If you thought WrestleMania was bad, tonight will make that pale in comparison. And as soon as this match was announced, and it was a non-title match, I'm like, I know Joe's losing. Joe's losing. And what happened? He did. Not only was the match, the match was all right, but then Ray wins by looking like not even any type of convincing roll-up. It looked like, they just did the roll, but he kind of just settled his shoulders into the mat, and then he rolled forward and put the pinfall on him. And the thing that makes me even more mad, Joe was 2 inches away from grabbing the ropes. You could just reach up and grab the ropes. Yeah, he loses again. Because all champions lose in non-title matches. Whether the title's on the line or not, Joe loses in non-title matches. That's how all champions are booked these days. You lose in non-title matches. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. They can lose there. They can win title matches, but I just thought that ending was stupid. That finish just pissed me off. Again, he was right underneath the ropes. And it looked like Ray had settle in with him or something like that before he rolled him up. Made no sense. But let's at least get to the one thing I did enjoy about this show. And that was the contract signed for the Universal title match at Money in the Bank with AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. Styles said he made SmackDown the house that he built. He's proud of that. But this is Raw with the craziest fans. Okay, maybe not the craziest. And he's always liked Seth. He's known him many years, and he's a good guy. But he's got something that AJ wants, the Universal title. They both know that when you want something bad enough, you'll do unexpected things to get it. But Winners find a way. And of course, Seth is a winner. How many times has it been said that Rollins is the new AJ Styles? Quite often. He's stronger, faster, younger, but he will never be the phenomenal AJ Styles. Rollins agrees and says he never wanted to be the next anybody. He wanted to be the first Seth freaking Rollins. He says, I appreciate the compliment and enthusiasm, but things are a little different around here on Raw. This is Monday Night Rollins. AJ is right, and he respects everything he did on SmackDown, but he's going to have to be more than just phenomenal to take away his title. Styles says he knows how much the title means and everything he went through to get there. He ran himself ragged, and he was obsessed with being the workhorse, but at what costs? But then he asks Seth, well, how are you holding up? He has no doubt that they will burn the house down just to, back up the crowd saying burn it down. But he wonders how Seth is holding up without his Shield brothers to keep him going. Since Roman's on SmackDown, Dean's gone. Don't get me wrong, Rollins went through hell at WrestleMania. The problem is he doesn't think Seth has much left. Never rest is what his new shirt says. He's going to build that bulldog nip. He's going to be that bulldog nipping at Rollins' heels. And Money in the Bank, he's going to latch on, sink his teeth in. He's not going to let go until he's standing over him as the new Universal Champion. He, of course, Styles signs a contract. Rollins then says he'll spell it out. They have a lot in common, but they have a lot of differences. AJ likes to build things. Rollins likes to burn them down. And while the success stories may be similar, there's one thing that Seth has done that Styles hasn't been able to do. He beat Brock Lesnar. That's why he's standing here holding the title, and AJ's over there trying to take it away. And as far as he's holding up, ask Brock, because he was at his best at WrestleMania, and he'll be at his best at Money in the Bank when he beats Styles, which I feel he should. They set him down. Styles picks up the title that was sitting on the table, considers it. They square up, jaw a little until Styles gives him the belt, and he offers a handshake. But Seth gets his face, holds the title high, which I keep forgetting that Seth actually has a couple of inches over Styles, even though they really aren't about 2 or 3 inches apart from each other, I guess. I'm not sure. He gets in AJ's face, the better than the handshake. When Styles smiles, is pacing around Rollins before he sucker punches him right in the face. They start to brawl back and forth, and Rollins kicks him out of the ring, hits a suicide dive on him, and then, of course, Seth tells him not to start fights he can't finish before he picks up the title. But as he's picked up the title, out of the blue, AJ Styles has a phenomenal forearm on him through the contract signing table, and stands, of course, above him, of course, with the title, of course, laying a little bit somewhere else in the ring. But nice finish to a really shitty episode of Raw, and that's about the only match from Raw I'm looking forward to at Money in the Bank is that one. Miz and Shane in the steel cage, meh. I want to see them have an Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. That's what I want to see them have. That steel cage match, meh. Just another match, probably do 50-50 booking, who knows. But I want to see that happen at Extreme Rules. But Styles and Rollins, again, my #1 dream match. Don't screw it up. You screwed up a whole episode of Raw. And again, Road Dogg's not around anymore. So who's the writer now? Last I saw, Ed Koskey was the head writer for Raw, and it was trash. Absolute trash. Before I check the live chat, check the grades for tonight's episode again. I'm sorry I didn't look at the live chat yet, but I just want to blaze through this. 6 votes for my grade on Twitter. 17% said A, 17% for B and C. Everybody said 17% there, but 49% said D or lower. I gave it a D. I gave it a flat out D. Let's see what we got here in the live chat before I, leave. Lauren didn't even catch Raw, so the highlights. Good thing you did that. What's up, TNQ Power? What did I miss? Absolutely nothing except the good contract signing in the end. And also, apparently, the Usos and the Revival are feuding over a shaved back. What happened with Raw? I don't know. Is Alexa a boss now of some sort? I don't know what the heck is up with Alexa Bliss. I don't know. She's either able to wrestle, then she's not able to wrestle. I don't know. If she's really not healthy enough to wrestle, then she should just retire. Just quit leaving us in the dark with that. Leaving us in this, sense of, uncertainty, which I hate. I want to see Mickey James in the Money in the Bank ladder match. We can still see she's on SmackDown now. Who knows? Yeah, Corbin's in Money in the Bank. Mickey got drafted to SmackDown. We haven't seen her. I feel bad for Mickey these past few months. Yeah, hasn't really been used much. Watch get Strowman versus Styles at SummerSlam now. No, not going to happen. This should be Money in the Bank qualifier. Maybe, yeah. I mean, if they want to give him something else to do, well, they killed time for his match with Shane in Extreme Rules. I would have been all right with that. I'd rather have Joe, Mysterio, Drew, and Miz in Money in the Bank this year from the Raw side, and Drew or Miz should win. I still thought Sammy should have won. I mean, I don't feel Drew needs the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't think he does. I mean, I can see maybe like Andrade winning over on SmackDown. Well, Andrade Cien Almas. He could win on SmackDown. Other than that, I don't know who else I want to see it win at this point. I really have no favorite right now to win Money in the Bank right now. Because again, yeah, I mean, if Drew wins, okay, but I don't think he really needs a briefcase. But who the hell knows? I see. What happened to the McMahon said change? Yep, we all knew it was a lie. Revival and Hawkins and Raw was awful. It was what it was. Raw is better Raw than SmackDown, but SmackDown is better show. Who knows? Usos are faces still. Cesaro's on Raw. Where is opportunities? Again, he beat Cedric Alexander last week, but now two of them had a match on main event. How the results? There was 3 matches on main event this week. Mojo Rawley and Heath Slater. Alexander and Cesaro. Oh, and the Iconics, the women's tag team champions, were on main event. They had a match against who was it now? Tamina and Alicia Fox. Who cares? Yeah, why isn't Ruby Riott in this? But Dana Brooke is. Makes no sense. Vince is stupid. Cesaro beat Money in the Bank. Yes. Put Cesaro on Money in the Bank. Nope, he's been reduced to EC3's level. He's on main event now. I don't know why they get Barry Lauren. I mean, last I knew, the head writer for Raw was Ed Koskey, but who knows? I guess he must suck too. I think the Usos should have stayed on SmackDown. Honestly, after what happened tonight, I agree. They could have worked around the other teams that came to SmackDown. I agree. I completely agree. Only about Raw was Styles and Rollins contract time for sure. Why Revival in the shower? I don't know, because it's all for our entertainment, it's for Vince's entertainment as well. Triple H needs to be in charge for sure. You think they're going to make the Revival into a gay storyline? I'm not sexist by any means, but yeah, no, they better not. Naomi was there. She's the Money in the Bank. Top 10 rivals of all time. We're going to be doing that next week. Top 10 Vince lost his mind. That's going to be coming. That's going to be probably the following week. Top 10 Money in the Bank participants, maybe. I miss Ambrose too. Yeah, Becky better not lose to Charlotte. That would just be absolutely stupid. Miz should stay on SmackDown. Kind of agree with that one too. WWE stars don't like their characters anymore because storylines are dumb as fuck now. Oh yeah, I don't blame them, but who cares? But Vince claims who cares. Is Mrs. Rivals with Shane and Lashley now? Still with Shane, but who knows? The CM Punk chant had to go. Chance had to go. Probably not. Heidenreich reading a promo to Cole while both are in the bathroom. That should be in top 10. What the hell? I don't know if I've ever seen that one. I heard rumors. I did hear rumors of Roman feuding with Orton, which, again, I know the match at SummerSlam they had a couple years ago could have been better than it was, but I'd be all right with Roman and Orton having a feud. Of course, again, I heard a rumor. Apparently, they want Jinder Mahal to win the title off of Kofi. That way, Roman can win the title off him again. It's forced. That's all forced. Again, as I said, book a compelling storyline with Roman, and no one's going to complain. But who cares? Cena's advertising for SmackDown in October, but it says unlikely he'll stick around since he's filming another movie during that time. Who the hell knows? Adam Cole on 205 Live? No, he's not on 205. Another name change? Nope. Dana sounds like a robot. She does. Vince loves the blondes. Oh, we know. Who's the fourth woman? Again, it's Naomi, Natalya, Dana Brooke, and Alexa Bliss from Raw in the women's match. Is Bayley heel on SmackDown? Not yet, but it seems like she's at least teasing one. For SmackDown, why should it be Ember? Yes. Bayley for sure. Kyrie? I don't know. Yeah, maybe not Kyrie yet. And Zelina. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I like to see, be Ember, Bayley, Mickey, and Who's another woman I could say could use on SmackDown? I don't know. I really don't know who else I want to see in there. But honestly, I'd say at this point, the women's briefcase should either be Bailey or actually give it to Bailey. Bailey or Ember should win the women's. Natalia is also in the make ladder match, which I'm okay with. Orton, Hardy's, and Andrade. She doesn't mind that. I don't mind that being in there. A Backlash is now stomping ground. Yeah, I don't know why. Lauren's not digging Bray's Funhouse. Again, well, I forgot to talk about that. There's a segment where Bray did a painting of the Y family compound getting burned down, which kind of gives continuity. But again, I don't know. It's just the environment of it. It's still. I just don't think Bray and kids mix. I'm not completely against it, but I'm not completely for it either. I still don't know how I feel about it. How many titles do you think Becky will end up with after Money in the Bank? She better keep 2. She better keep them both. Again, if Becky drops any of the titles, it's going to make her win and WrestleMania look like a fluke. I'm not going to like it. Great Lacey impression. Yeah, I got my blonde hair. I got my blue eyes. I got my big tits, Vince loves. Yeah. Better lose that Money in the Bank. Becky will definitely lose. Will defeat Lacey, but lose to Charlotte, which would be very stupid. I already did a turn alert for Bobby Roode because I did one with him and Chad Gable a few weeks ago before I, turned Chad Gable back. Stomping Ground is a stupid name. Backlash should be after Mania. Yes, for sure. Hey, my thing is, at least, it's not Great Balls of Fire. Oh, that was a good pay-per-view, but the name, oh my goodness. Hashtag WWE Balls. And literally having literally too, you could have you can't have the word war in your tag team names, but you can have a photo of a fiery, thing as a logo. Just saying. I wouldn't say have Sami and Owens reunite. I still think the two of them just need a break from each other for a year. So I'm fine them being on separate brands for now. But once again, Sami's not doing anything. Owens is about to feud Cody for the title. Tyler has Drew with my again. I'm not saying I would hate Drew winning Money in the Bank, because I just don't think he needs it. I feel. Jinder to defeat Kofi. I heard that rumor. Watch him win the title by SummerSlam. Again, if he wins the title at SummerSlam, fine. Just tell a compelling story. Even if they gave the belt to Owens and Owens held it for a few months and Roman defeated Owens, whatever. Okay, fine. But Roman and Jinder for the title. No. Zayn should be attacking people instead of talking. Exactly. No, the St. Bros are with Jinder. Oh yeah, Vince claims that we're the authority now, but we're not. What's Dominic doing WWE? I don't know why he's being there with his dad. Heard that WWE wants to put the world title back on Reigns before the first episode on Fox. Oh boy. Ray should have never returned. Watch us get Joe versus Ray at Money in the Bank where Ray wins. 50-50 booking. I mean, I've been all right with Ray's return, but once again, why is Joe winning all of his non-title matches, losing all his non-title matches? One does not want the belt back on Roman. We're also convinced to do shit for sure. Why could WWE save Rollins versus Styles for SummerSlam? I don't know, but again, I'm hoping we get Rollins. I mean, I guess I'm already being at Money in the Bank, but I'm still hoping we get Rollins and McIntyre at SummerSlam. I like Styles, but his character is getting stale, and why give him another title opportunity so soon? Not just sure. And I thought he was injured too. Again, I honestly, now that he's on Raw, I do kind of feel maybe they could take a shot with him as a heel again, though. I do. I feel like they may. It wouldn't surprise me if they would try to go that route. And hey, the club's back on Raw. They want to give them some reasonable do one more time, reunite the club or something again. Maybe we'll get another hashtag beat up John Cena chant going or something. I don't know, but yeah, I guess he's not injured. Watch Rollins turn heel in the feud against Styles. I'd rather it be Styles. Yeah, again, Rollins can't be a heel right now. Again, Styles. I feel like is in a position he can turn heel right now. I feel. Yeah, I want Rollins to win Money in the Bank also. Could we see the club and Styles reunite? I'd like to see that. Raw is always sucky for sure. Lauren's checking out. In the Indies, Styles did take on Rollins. We'll tweet you the match if I find it. Yeah, no, actually, I've wanted to see Rollins and Styles face off ever since I saw that highlights from that one match, might have been on the Indies, in that 24 special that Rollins did before he turned his knee from his knee injury. I wanted to see that match ever since again. So I look forward to definitely seeing the match. This was WCW 2000 bad. He gave it an F. Watch a Queen and Adam Lambert documentary tonight instead of Raw. Well deserved. Did W give Sasha Banks vacation? I think so. Lauren's going to try to do her version soon. Top Team's AJ should stay on SmackDown, so should Ray. Maybe. Does Bray Wyatt news thing remind you of Pee Wee Playhouse? I've heard Pee Wee Playhouse. I've heard Blue's Clues. And I also thought Mr. Rogers. So I don't know. Again, the people who are actually really digging what Bray's doing. Me, I just feel like, Bray and kids just don't match. And it's like I'm saying, this is not a damn kids show, but what do we know? We're just fans. We're just fans who like to criticize. Yes, Sami Zayn is where I referred to you there, but that's all I got to say about Raw, guys. Flat D for me tonight. Only thing I enjoyed again was the main event contract sign. Hopefully SmackDown will at least give me a little more hope for Money in the Bank tomorrow, guys. What are your thoughts on Raw? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure as always to click by liking, subscribe, or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandEverybody3. Talk about a good show. Check out my WrestleMania 35 experience documentary. Check out my Money in the Bank card predictions. Also, I posted as well. I'm sure some of them are wrong right now. And once again, thank you to Demi Lovato as well for me playing her song. Because I played part of her song beginning this review. And with that, guys, I am checking out. I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys later. Till then, guys, peace out, everybody.